It's official. Off testosterone, 2 months away from 2 years, and I'm unmotivated. I can't seem to get out of bed. I can't seem to imagine myself ever again with a girlfriend. And videos are very difficult to make because I don't feel confident with any of them at all. But in saying that, I know that it's just my hormone imbalance fucking with my head. Okay, so I want to make that point first. Oh, and second point on top of that is that I appreciate all care, consideration, thoughts and advice and things like that and comments. I appreciate them. But the thing is, I'm well aware looking after myself. And I know my body very well. And I know what I need myself. But I also know that what was necessary to get to this bottom shithole, yeah? Because it's just so clear in my eyes how other hormonally imbalanced people are in the world, as adults and as children now, you know. And am I lucky? Was I so lucky? I mean, rhetorical questions, of course. I was so lucky to have gone through my 20s balanced with testosterone injections, because I quite honestly probably wouldn't have made it if I didn't have the testosterone, because the mental instability is unbelievable and the confidence levels are way down. And oh god, the amount of times I thought about throwing myself out the window. You know. Now I want to talk quickly about, in the next minute I'd like to talk briefly as I can possibly make it. Jesus, if I press stop in this video at 10 minutes, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was talking to Nick yesterday, also known as Komodo Dragon. First time we talked on Skype webcam yesterday evening, and well, conclusions about Nick is that he's absolutely, you know, he's able to speak, he speaks well, and you know, he's a nice guy in general, you know. And I would really like if communities, online communities, forum groups and stuff like that were able to leave people like Nick and like myself, and there's countless others, but I don't want to get them in trouble. Leave them alone. You know, don't keep them away, but leave them alone. You know. But I'm coming to I have to say the statement again. I haven't said it in probably a year or something, about intersex and transsexuals. Transsexuals essentially have the choice whether they're going to be transsexual or not. Now, I'm going to have to go into a paragraph on that point, because transsexuals will be jumping off their seats at the moment, thinking to themselves, how dare he say that? Well, if you do say, how dare he say that, note the he that you're using with me. And I'm going to be cocky here and say, well, don't dare call me a he. Okay. But transsexuals have a choice to change sex. Whereas, just let me say this, intersex don't have a choice to be intersex. We are naturally born intersexed. Okay? So transsexuals have a choice to transition or not. You know? By the way, that yawn there was an example as well of tiredness, and complete crazy tiredness. It's kind of like insomnia and tiredness at the same time. It's kind of like sleep apnea. You know, that where you can't sleep properly. God, I don't know. It must be very difficult. You know, for women, at the end of the month, people, you should really care about your women. And then you should really care about your men, and you should really care about your intersex people who are hormonally imbalanced. You know, because it's an extremely difficult thing to deal with. And one of the reasons I went off the testosterone was for these reasons, so that I could understand people and as adults more. Sure, I could only understand teenage years. Maybe it was just the teenage years that fucked me up altogether, on top of having a hormone imbalance. But as it shows now, I've been hormonally imbalanced for 2 years. I think it's taken a year to wear down, and the last year has been really living with shit. Even though my doctor did a blood test like last year, and it came out like that my testosterone levels were normal, but I haven't got a blood test. I'm not into blood tests, and I'm not into doctors giving me their opinions on me, you know. I'm really sorry, but I don't trust majority of doctors. Don't know enough yet. Okay, so it is turning into a 10-minute video. Well, I just wanted to say that transsexuals have a choice, and I of course want transsexuals to argue with me on this one, but argue nice and friendlily, please. Don't get personal. I talked about transsexuals and intersex people. I didn't talk about certain transsexuals, and I didn't talk about certain intersex, except for Nick, but I praised Nick. Because Nick has got the reputation in the world as being a hater of transsexuals, and I think that hate really comes from, and of course nobody in the forum community out there wants to deal with somebody like Nick, or nobody in the community wants to deal with somebody like Peace and Party, you know, because they don't want to take the time out basically to understand where we're coming from exactly. And I have taken a time out with Nick, and it's well worth it too, because he's a lovely guy, and he's got a lot to offer, you know. So I think Nick's technical hate for transsexuals is not as bad as the definite hate amongst community members that basically ban people like Nick and myself. And it's not about banning, but it is a point. It is a point that, you know, no, forget about the points. I've made many points, haven't I? So ciao, I'll leave you on the unfocused self. Alright, yeah.